Hello friends and fans, I'm Lena. If you're new here, if you're returning, welcome back. Today I'm doing another collab video. This is the Holly Jolly Lolita Fashion YouTubers collab. This is a collab with the Lolita Fashion YouTubers group on Facebook. So I will link the whole playlist either up above or down below, both if I can. And with that, I'm gonna just jump straight into these questions on my iPad. I know it looks like a laptop, it's an iPad, I promise. And I can already tell I'm gonna be struggling with some of these. The first question is, do you have a favorite Christmas/holiday themed print? I do not. I have a bunch of dresses that are like Christmas colored, like the outfit I'm wearing right now. I do have a whole lookbook that I believe just went up the day before this video. That will go up the day after this video goes up. Both of these are going up the week of Christmas, and I believe today is the Monday before Christmas, which means I'm running out of time to get everything done, but they will both be up and I can share with you some of my favorite, or my current favorite holiday outfits in that video, which will be linked above and below, right underneath the playlist, probably. Next. Is there any Christmas/holiday themed prints you dislike? I actually do not like any of the holiday prints that are too super specific. Like, a Christmas dress can only be really weird on Christmas. And while ones with a winter theme, at least you can wear for the whole month of winter, month, 2 months, season, the season that is winter. Anything that's too hyper specific with Christmas, you have like a good solid 3 weeks to wear it, and that's kind of it. It's not like Halloween where people are like, Halloween year round, 365, I'm one of those people. Because spooky things are cool, but Christmas things are still Christmas. And while Christmas is fun, if you like family things, if you like giving gifts to people, Christmas itself is a capitalist nightmare in my book. So that's all I'm going to say about that. Moving on. Next question, number 3. What is a must-have item for Lolitas in the winter months? So, this is going to be dependent a little bit on where you live, but I have 3, put that down. I have 3 main things that I think are a must-have for the winter months if you wear Lolita. First, berets. This is a really cute hand-knitted beret I picked up at a thrift store. I have probably, I don't know, 20 or so different berets that I start wearing in the fall, wear it all throughout winter, and sometimes I'll pull them out in the summer because while they do a good job of keeping your head warm, they usually don't cause me to overheat, and I think they are a perfect staple in your wardrobe for winter. The next, I'm actually gonna go grab a prop, so I can pop off and I'll be right back. Okay, the second thing is I love faux fur scarf / these have a name and I don't know what it is, but it's like a scarf except it's not a muff because a muff would go over your hands. These are just like the size of your head and you put them on over your head and they sit kind of around your neck. These are all faux fur. I have probably a dozen of these that I use both in my more normie wardrobe and then I wear in my more Lolita and J fashion. This one is like legitimately from ACDC Rag. They have these not just in pastel but in other colors, and I believe this came with a matching earmuff. And these guys, I legitimately picked them up at a thrift store just a week ago for a couple dollars each. Okay, well, this one was $5. I think this one was like $3 or $4. But I'm gonna run them through the wash. I haven't worn them yet because they definitely need to be washed. I have a really bad dust allergy, and now that it's all over my hands a bit on these, I might start sneezing. But I definitely think these are excellent for any classic or gothic, or you can get a pastel one for a sweet Lolita wardrobe. And I usually lean towards faux fur, but if you get vintage fur, you know at least it's vintage. And I'm not really supporting the fur trade in any way, and I do not recommend people support the fur trade, but that's why I get it thrifted or vintage or whatever. The third thing, if you live in a climate that is cold enough, you should most definitely invest in at least one nice winter coat. Like, this is definitely way more gothic, military, classic leaning than my usual sweet Lolita style, but this coat, I love this coat so much. I don't get enough chances to wear it because while it is cold here, it is not that cold here, but it is, I think, just something you really should have. You don't need a whole closet of coats, but you need at least one good winter coat that will go with most of your wardrobe. I picked a black one because in theory it'll be neutral enough to go with most of my outfits. I do tend to lean towards jewel tones and darker colors in the fall and winter, and then more pastels in the spring and summer, but that's not always true. I definitely have done. I have a rainbow coat as well that matches with that scarf I just threw on the ground. Okay, next, moving on. We're gonna keep going. I gotta turn my thing back on. Hello, excuse me, friend. Number 4. What is your recommendation for universal gift any Lolita would love to receive? Okay, so this is really hard to pick a universal thing because everybody has their own like specific taste. You kind of can't go wrong with tea and chocolate because most femme presenting people like those things. Not everyone in Lolita is a femme though. Getting something that is a good basic simple accessory might be cute, like a nice scarf or a beret, depending on the person's style. I really don't think you can say one universal thing. It's important to look always when you're giving gifts at the taste of the receiver and try and balance it out for them. Some people, like myself, love novelty things. My girlfriend just gave me a really cute, jokesy teacup that had random stuff written on it. And I just recently got for a few of my friends a bunch of tea that came in a glass teapot and that they can make and have. And I know one of them has a similar teapot, but this one is slightly different. And I'm one of those people that I'll never have enough teapots, so I like stuff like that too. If somebody's limited on space, I definitely say a consumable, which is why I recommend tea or chocolate. Of course, keep in mind whether somebody's got like a food allergy or something, but yeah, you can't go wrong with cute snacks. So cookies are also probably a fine, acceptable thing within the person's dietary restrictions, of course. Next, number 5? Yeah, we're on 5. Personally, what would you, as a Lolita, love to receive as a gift? My favorite Lolita gift that I've ever received is usually in the form of a dress. My primary partner has on a few occasions now gifted me dresses. It is always with me, you know, kind of guiding them on it. I had one year back in the day when Tokyo Rebel was still a thing and I would go up to New York in the holidays because my mother lived there. We went to Tokyo Rebel and they bought me a dress that was there, and I have the Les Mis Alice and the Pirates dress. I just grabbed one because, you know, I think my favorite one I ever received was the Princess Cat special set. I usually will send my partner a list of gifts of things that I'm wanting for the holidays, and I include a whole range of stuff from like really cheap presents to higher end presents so that they can choose if they want to get me a bunch of small things or one big thing, or however they want to do it. If they can only afford to get me a small thing, you know, it's fine, whatever, but to give them an idea. And like, this is one thing they got me one year because when this was released, it did actually stay on the Angelic Pretty USA website for a minute, and they were just able to order it there, and they gave it to me, actually also in New York. That was when we were regularly going up there. Number 6. What is your favorite Christmas/holiday movie? Nightmare Before Christmas is both a Halloween and a Christmas movie, so I want to say that. But I do also love the Home Alone series. It's just fun. It's something I grew up with. What other? I do love all of the old animated films too. like, you know, the Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer claymation one and the Little Drummer Boy kind of things. Those ones just give me nostalgic feels. I'm trying to think if there's like a one must-watch, go-to, have to see this on Christmas kind of movie, and I don't know. Oh, Nutcracker. I've gone to, I suppose, used to have the VHS tape. I used to regularly watch the, oh man, I don't even know what year that video was of, but there's a recording that I also would watch on YouTube and such later on, and I used to go see the Nutcracker live. That piece of media, a movie, whatever, I would say is like my favorite. One of my cousins performed in the Nutcracker one year. Yeah, just fun. Love that story, love that performance, whatever. What is number 7? We're on 7 now. Describe your favorite Christmas/holiday meetup. I really love Secret Santas or White Elephant style get-togethers. I also really enjoy cookie swaps, although now in the second year of Panini, we obviously, cookie swaps are probably not a great idea. I think right now an ideal meet for me would be an outdoor one where we do s'mores and hot chocolate. I think that would be a lot of fun here in the DC area. In the before times, we had the DC Smithsonian Zoo would do the zoo lights, which is they would set up a bunch of lights around the main avenue of the zoo, and you could go there in the evenings and it was all lit up. I do miss that. I did one meetup with that in the before times. Which, yeah, those are probably my favorite meetups. Right now, I'd love to do something outside with hot chocolate. That way we could all socially distance and be moderately safe. I still don't think I'd want to do a cookie swap, but I like the idea of a cookie swap as well. Probably second favorite. So I do that maybe in joint with a white elephant type thing. If you've never done a white elephant, I think they're a lot of fun. But you have to get people with the same kind of humor as you if people are going to do a mix of joke and real presence. So yeah, that's a thing to also think of. Last question, number 8. Do I have a favorite Christmas/holiday meetup memory? I think my favorite Christmas or holiday meetup that I got to do was a few years ago, where me and a small group of friends actually rented out a whole tea house in Georgetown. And I believe I organized that meetup, but it was just, I love that tea house. They closed, and it sounds like they might be reopening under some capacity in Alexandria now, or soon. And that tea house was probably my favorite place back when I lived in the actual district. And being able to go there and rent out the whole place and have a bunch of my friends come and enjoy tea with me around Christmas time, it was definitely a December meetup, was a wonderful experience, and I definitely miss being able to do things like that. So hopefully one day we'll be able to do stuff like that again. And that's all of the questions. I hope you guys enjoyed this little, another random series of questions, kind of YouTubers collab. Like I said at the beginning, I'll have the link listing all of the other YouTubers who have joined this down below. And with that, thank you guys so much for watching. Whether it's morning, afternoon, or night, I hope you have an amazing rest of your day, and I'll see you next time. Bye!